Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails to Daybreak, where we just arrived in Basel in the Verne Company headquarters, apparently. And we wanted to have a meeting with the president, because we are here on behalf of their investors. President Rooster, if you could greenlight some budget allocation for this new project, then we... Absolutely not, we're stretched to finish this. We already have 2 major projects, we can't handle a third without new hires. Come back to me with an impact plan and we'll go from there. That's going to be tricky, we don't have a budget space to fit much more. This is a high priority project direct from the Verne Company. Would have loved to cooperate on this project, but... Well, that's not what I'm worried about, it's more of a budget. Good, but we wanted a... Welcome to the Verne Company. What brings you here today? We're Arkwright Solutions from the capital. We're here on an official request from Al-Sain. Ah, good. Mr. Tausend has been expecting you. Take the elevator on your left to the meeting room. It's on the 20th floor. Right, the president. Bill Tausend.
Arkwright Solutions. So you're the investigators that Elsheim hired.
Pretty much. They asked us to look into the various problems that have hit Basel.
Putting their noses where they don't belong. It's nothing. Let me get straight to the point. Any concern is unfounded. We have everything under control.
Do you now? If you could please explain. First, regarding the instability of the orbital net within the city. It was discovered that it was a simple matter of heavy traffic on the net. And just like with our orbital distribution network, the problem has been solved. Isn't that so?
Yes, generally speaking. The maximum delay of 8.3% is down to 0.35% as of this morning.
That does sound like a big drop, yeah? You still got that 0.35% hanging around, though. Ideally, that should be 0, yeah? Smells to me like there's still some stuff to figure out there. And that ain't the only issue you're dealing with, is it? What about the swell of visitors buzzing around the city? Is it not obvious? Basel is the beating heart of Calvert's industrial sector, home to my Verne Company, nearly 100 partners and subsidiaries. That's thousands upon thousands of employees, contractors and managers, all acting on their own account, new hires from all over coming every day. So naturally the city appears busy, an influx of visitors, particularly at this time of year, is nothing to fret over. Even bad faith visitors? Spies are all the rage these days, you know. I'm not sure what you've heard out there, but I'd advise against parroting such unsubstantiated claims. Your evidence, please? Though we've yet to investigate this issue, your dodging of a question implies you also lack the evidence to prove or deny the allegations. That's what we're here for, Mr. Tausend, to conduct this investigation on your behalf. So yeah, if we find anything, and I do mean anything, we'll let you know. Fine, do what you will. Squabbling further over this would be a waste of time. Salesian, if you would. D-Rank ID certification. Oh yeah, I heard about this. These are temporary issue security cards for visitors such as yourself. The city implemented them last year. With these, you are free to use the aerodrome to travel to Newtown and the Artisinal District. You can't take the upper-level aerodrome to the Institute of Science, however. Huh? Why not? Wait, hold up. Appreciate it. We'll go and get to work then. Right, given our public position, we have to make sure the Principality saves face. I personally don't think this warrants an investigation by the likes of you, but we nevertheless prepared a point of contact for you. Quater Salesian.
My name is Quater Salesian. I'm an assistant at the Institute of Science. I have other business to attend to, so I can't always provide you with support. But should you have any questions, you're welcome to contact me.
Well, we'd appreciate that.
Contact information exchanged.
Huh. That's an unusual holo.
Ah, don't worry about that. Actually, if you don't mind me asking.
Yes?
No, it's just, don't take this the wrong way, okay? I was just wondering what pronouns to use for you.
Huh?
Are you out of your mind? Kato is very pretty, but he doesn't really have a female physique.
Of course I don't! I'm a guy!
Look, seriously, I'm sorry. You're about 14 or so, give or take? I figured it was possible you could be either. You must have skipped more than a few grades if you're an assistant at the institute.
I suppose you could say that. I'm actually 15, by the way. But I guess it's fine. Sometimes people do get the wrong idea from afar.
I wasn't sure at first with the way his coat covers him either. Yeah, but who makes a mistake as close as he is? Man, I sure as shit do not want to get old. Enough! If you're all done, then please get out of here. I'm a busy man. After this, Mr. Tausend, sir, the students from Aramis Academy have arrived. Already? Well, let them through. Salesian, I'll be counting on you yet again. You're staying for 3 days, yes? Good luck clearing out the gutter, so to speak. Not even trying to be subtle. He's a real pain in the ass, but it makes it easier for us to move around at least. Works for me. Huh, now you're starting to get it. Oh, shut up. He said there were no problems, but he certainly didn't act like that was the case. Agreed. He might not have the answers, but he most certainly has cause for concern, or at least that is how it appeared to me. I don't believe it will be easy to get anything out of him. I don't believe any part of this is gonna be easy. We'll have to tackle it from a few different angles. Which means... Ah! Oh. Aren't they... They were in front of Central Station this morning. So you really are Anya's boyfriend from a part-time gig? Lyle, I told you that's not true. Right, my bad. How's it going, good students? They're just here for work. Good luck with the whole school trip thing. I know I'm in her corner. I still want no part in any of this. Welcome students of Aramis, right this way. These are your C-rank certification cards. They're primarily for outside trainees, so you will have access to the Institute and the aerodrome. Thank you very much. Wowie! So we can ride the aerodrome as much as we want? And we can visit the Institute of Science. This will help our reports big time. Then each group is free to do what they want. We'll meet back at the hotel lobby around 6:30, remember? You'll be punished if you're late. Yes, ma'am. You won't catch me being late. Hey now, don't threaten the first years. Anyway, let's make sure this visit is a fruitful one. Let's get moving, underclassmen. Then I leave you all to it. If you need anything at all, just contact me via the number I gave you. See you. Hold on a second, Katras Salesian. I've heard quite a few things about you, like how you're Professor's favorite student. When? Wait, then... You see, I'm a foreign exchange student from Libel. So we just so happened to have met through a contact at ZCF. We had quite a wonderful chat after she read all of my past papers. ZCF? I've met both Professor Russell and his daughter, so... Wait, papers? Don't tell me you're... Oh, never you mind that. To circle back to my original point, I have a request to ask of you. My friend here will be operating on her own. Could I ask you to take her to the Artisinal District for me? When?
I see. So you're already getting a move on then.
Aw, and I was hoping we could hang out for a little bit too.
Sorry for deciding this on my own, you two.
Nah, it's fine. We've got 3 whole days, right? And you'll be back come nighttime anyway. We'll be counting on one heck of a report.
Just be careful, okay?
Of course.
Is this, perhaps related to... In any event, I don't mind. I just so happen to have business in the Artisinal District, so it works out. I'll show you the way.
Agnès Claudel. I'm a first year at Aramis Academy. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Well.
Charmed? Agnès says she'll be here in about 15 minutes. That's surprisingly quick. I was about to suggest we get started if she was gonna be much longer. Alright then, while we're waiting, it's engaging time? Right now? Yeah. Gotta order ahead of time so we can dig in as soon as Agnès gets here, of course. I thought so. Real slick. Shall we order one along with some coffee then?
Then I'm counting on you to lead the way, Mr. Salesian.
Of course. Happily. Once we catch the Aerotram, we'll be at the Artisinal District in no time at all. By the way, you're older than me, aren't you? Mister might be a little stiff. You can just call me Katra, if that's alright.
You don't mind? Then Katra it is. Oh, but I'm only older than you by a year, so I don't want you to be too stiff with me either. Why don't we talk like we're old friends?
Okay. I'll keep it casual then. I get the feeling you're always told to loosen up a little more.
That's right. My friends never let me hear the end of it, but I can't help the way I talk. I know I'm repeating myself, but it really is a pleasure, Katra.
Same to you. Now, should we get going?
Okay.
I see.
Hey Wen, how's it going? Alright, Katra. I leave Agnès in your capable hands. You two be careful now. Who knows what kind of awful messes you might get yourself into. Okay. Well, at any rate, let me show you to the Artisinal District. Oh, were you contacting someone just now, Wen? Uh-huh. That friend of mine I mentioned earlier. I might be able to pull some strings and take you all on a little tour. But expectation is a gateway to disappointment, of course. Just carry on as normal and I'll keep you posted. Well, I suppose we will then. Thank you. I'll be back by curfew, so we can meet back up then. Catch you later. You have this knack for seeing things we can't. I bet you find plenty of good stuff out there. Tell us all about it tonight, okay? Just be careful, okay? Hurry on back if things get ugly. And keep that guy at arm's length. He's dragging you around way more than he's the right to. Who? Oh, don't worry about it.
You seem awfully popular at your school, Agnès.
I do? Oh, no. My classmates are just always looking out for me. That's all.
Take good care of Agnès.
Never underestimate the Verne Company.
Verne Company's partnerships bring more than 20 companies under our umbrella. Each company is still managed individually, but our vertical integration strategy puts us on par with the Empire's own Reinford company. Thanks to this structure, we have over 300 projects actively in development. Though this does introduce some headaches, we managers certainly have our work cut out for us. Juggling those projects and partners all at once. We manage though. This is old. So this hasn't changed since we just talked. So that brings us to an interesting question. How does the Bank of Edith invest in Basel going forward? The market's shifted heavily towards state-sponsored development. Venture capital isn't as big a player anymore. We still shouldn't put all our eggs in that one basket. Balance is key. With reparations drying up, the tides are soon to change. Now might be the time to future-proof our investment portfolio.
Okay.
Super sweet canned coffee. Okay, everyone's here. Let's get this show on the road. Given who we have, the motor pavilion would be a good place to hit up first. I need to work together with Verne to make sure this trip is a success. I knew this would be boring. But no, they just had to drag me here anyway. Freaking student council president. Just thinking about it, it's getting me pissed. I wonder what Verne said to him. Sasha's annoying as usual, can't give me some peace and quiet. Why the hell do I gotta babysit the freshman? Welcome to Basel Station, one of Calvert's biggest rail hubs. We also produce a cutting-edge operational management system here. Several companies are testing the waters with it. Plus Ventos, the industrial leader in locomotive production, calls Basel its home. Working with them is a walk in the park. Not to toot our own horn, Vaughn. Enjoy your trips, folk. Yeah, we're leaving already. Been really busy lately, but I gotta stick the landing. Now's my chance to make a name for myself. I refuse to lose to the guys. I'm gonna smash that glass ceiling and make a board of directors. Just you watch. We first decided to take a little unguided tour of the city. We've been to Roar, which is where Reinford's headquartered. We thought that place was high-tech, but boy. Basel's just in a whole other league. It's got so much stuff going on. They have these huge facilities and experiments all within the city limits. I hardly know where to look first. I want to take in as much of the space as I can. So, Chignon, why did you pick Basel out of curiosity? Isn't Farbad more the entertainment hotspot? In practice, yes, but where'd all that film equipment come from? That's right, Basel. Plus, I mean, look at this place. You've got so many picturesque locations for a film shoot. It's not even funny. Gotcha, my bad for asking. He has a point. The city is absolutely stunning. Maybe we should make a point of going here again. Verne's HQ is huge. I mean, I guess I should be so surprised. We're the nation's leader in just about everything, film tech included. Oh man, this is bleeding edge. There's so much cool video tech here. Oh, where's this other place? Come on, we gotta get going. There's so much to see. Motor Pavilion's a hot spot, but I really want to check out those official Verne shops too. Imagine getting my hands on one of those new stereos. They'd be a total chick magnet back home. Really? Would they? Senior Officer Minster. You guys visiting? Don't worry, the city is plenty safe. We're pretty swamped in the war. Imperial spies were crawling all over the place trying to steal tech. But we kicked them out, all that's behind us now, so we can get back to keeping the peace.
Why not stay here and relax?
Willie! Welcome, welcome, what can I get you? I go wherever the heart takes me, and I bring my little shop along for the ride. Who knows what customers I see next? Not the most practical business model, but it's what makes me happy. My little niche has made me popular for locals.
Do you have any preferences?
Willie's Coffee.
Thanks for coming in.
It's so convenient nowadays.
Oh, okay. All my errands are done. I should get back home before Dad starts to worry about me. But man, why did Dick get so angry back there? Playing with RC cars is supposed to be fun, so what's his problem? We don't see aerotrams much across the continent, do you? I call them a must with where Basel is located. Newtown, the Artisinal District, the Institute of Science, it travels along a loop and helps consistently deliver parts wherever needed. The Artisinal District platform is on the right. Just tap your card against the ticket gate. Alright, let's give it a try. With your rank, you're free to use our inner-city aerotram for hassle-free travel. Please mind the gap and watch your hands and feet as you board the aerotram. Artisinal District. Everyone else is taking a place to sit. Just we're standing.
What a spectacular view! Though I get a little dizzy when I look down. And wow! Newtown is already so far away!
Enjoying yourself?
Yes! Tremendously! I bet Fairy would enjoy this too. I wonder if she's gotten the chance to ride yet.
She really is so cute. But how is someone like her connected to those others?
The Bracer Guild. Garage. A church. Here we are, this is the Artisinal District. Now just need to find the hotel we're staying at. Oh, there's Van's pickup truck. So he drives an ingot. He's even customized the frame. Wait, that material was only just developed. How did he get his hands on it? I didn't realize you were an expert. You pick this kind of thing up if you work with Verne long enough, I suppose. So how did you get to know people like them? What do you mean? The Spriggan, whatever you call them. That redhead guy both seemed really shady to me. Though the girl and the maid, I think. They look like good people, at least. I'm just having a hard time picturing the kind of group it actually is, if you're involved with them too. Well, I can't blame him for thinking that way about them. Verne wants a problem-solving agency, in short. I work there as a part-time assistant for reasons I can't get into. And both work and my duties as a student happen to bring me here at the same time. Sounds like you've got a lot on your plate. Are you sure it's okay to be working with them though? Verne's CEO didn't seem very happy about them sniffing around. Our work is complicated, I admit, but we don't do anything illegal. Technically. His willingness to hire an upstanding young lady like you does reflect well on him, I give him that. Even if I don't think highly of his choice to involve someone like you in a business like his. People say that about him a lot. You have nothing to worry about though, really. He might skirt the rules here and there, but he's still a man I can genuinely respect. Well, if you say so. He feels like one of those guys who takes some getting used to. The way he treated me was just... I was so close to forgetting to... Did something happen? Nothing worth bringing up. Anyway, we shouldn't keep your friends waiting. Agnès, we're over here. You came quick. Oh, wait a sec, isn't that? Sorry for keeping you. Kat was good enough to guide me here. Ah, thanks for helping out. We ordered an engaging for the group, or however it is pronounced. Probably something French. You wanna join us? Huh? No, I'm fine. I'm not hungry right now. You're lost. The taste is downright divine. I'll make it up to you some other time then. You don't owe me anything. It's not like I did anything special. I suggest you don't pull any funny business while you're in the city, though. No causing trouble for the women in your group either. Oh, I'll get going now, Agnès. Let me know if you need my help with anything. Oh, I will. Thank you. Man, would have been nice if he gave me the chance to thank him somehow. Puberty is rough. He sure had a soft spot for you, though. Do you think he just struck me as a very friendly sort in general? We got along right away. I hope I can be friends with him too. Oh, I'm sure that won't be a problem one bit. I'll be happy to introduce you if you get the chance. How old are you? 5? There's nothing wrong with wanting to make friends. Yeah, no need to rain on a parade. Here's your order. One of our famed engadins. Now this is what I'm talking about. Come, have a seat, Agnès. I'll get to cutting it right away. She always used to make engadins for me back in the day.
I finished, Catra. I'm quite confident in today's dessert. The more worried you are about something, the more important it is to take a break and relax. No need to push through.
I think I can trust Agnès, but I better keep a close eye on the rest of them. I don't want anything threatening a place so special to me. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to say hello to the supervisor and take care of my usual work while I'm here. That's the stuff. You won't find a better marriage of flavors than these bitter walnuts with sweet caramel nougat. It's so mouth-wateringly rich. And you wouldn't believe how well it pairs with strong coffee. I swear, I was born just to savor moments like these. No one wants to hear this every time, you know. Just eat the damn thing. He's describing it to a TiVo. I can't get enough of its buttery flavor. If once this is good, then you know you're in for a treat. My nose is good for more than just sniffing out trouble, you know. I feel like you're joking, but I could buy it, working for stuff like this easy. Indeed. Now, I think we've rested for long enough. Perhaps we should get to work? Do you think we should prioritize investigating one? Nah, I think we should hold off doing that. Can't imagine we'd find anything major this fast, even if we tried. I think we should start with wandering around Basel and taking care of 4 SPGs. That'll give us a decent idea of the situation here. The same pattern as usual then. But how can you be so sure that what for our work has spread to here? Good question. One's boss shouldn't seem like he wanted to help us any more than he had to. Oh, I don't think we gotta worry about that. Not after my headache of a friend slapped this job on us. Right. That man from the CID. He did seem like a highly capable person. Well, that's the least to be expected of a chief analyst. You and he go back some time, I believe. Unfortunately, yeah. I doubt he's here in person though. More than likely he sent someone in his place. Between this and that other project he teased, I'm sure there's a ton of scheming going on in that head office. Guess we should go find out what kind of 4 SPGs we've got waiting for us, man. So when do you need to be back at the hotel? And what are you gonna do about your uniform? Ren said to be back by 6:40 p.m. I brought some clothes besides my uniform, don't worry. Let me go and get changed. I take you to our room then. I will handle paying the bill in the meantime. Terry took Agnès to the girls' room so that she could get changed. After she was done, they reunited with the rest of the group and began their first day of work in Basel. Thanks for stopping by earlier. I hope you enjoyed the Engadin. I really put my all into it. My brother works the register and handles the in-guests, so I get to focus on the food. I'm really glad it worked out like that. I can't stand that clerical stuff, but cooking? That's what I like.
Don't take too long to decide now. Come back soon.
Ah, now I've checked in here and I can take it easy for the rest of the day. That's the life. What am I here for? Well, I work for a wholesale company that deals in industrial ordnance. They shipped me out here to check out what's hot in the market and bring some samples back, plus talk to some of the manufacturers. But all of that can wait for tomorrow. Today I've got dinner for one and a bottomless wallet. Thank the goddess for company funds.
So...
Alright. I'm an engineering consultant who works with clients and workshops both, so that they can work together at peak efficiency. So my travels often bring me to Basel naturally. I'm something of a regular here at the inn. Basel's artisans speak for themselves in terms of quality. Clients everywhere want their work, and my job is to help them get it. Just the other day I hooked up a prestigious watchmaking firm with Gowland's workshop to make their custom gears. Alright. Orientation. Okay, this is the church. Sister Paula. Oh, hello there, my name is Sister Paula. I'm new to Basel and this church. Admittedly, it's quite daunting. I grew up in the country. These fancy machines and technology are so far beyond me. I can hardly wrap my hand around what the artisans and students discuss with me. Still, I'll do my best. I'm still knowledgeable about matters of the heart. If anything has you nervous, I'll help however I can. I hardly ever saw machines in my hometown. Now I'm surrounded by them. I want to help the townsfolk here just as Father Flicktem does, but I've definitely got my work cut out for me.
The goddess of the sky is always...
Well, what a pleasant surprise. It's not often we greet travelers from afar in our humble church. We tend to only see locals here, artisans, students, researchers and the like. We see some rather famous faces here even. Big or small, we welcome everyone all the same. To worry is human. Both anxious or disconcerted may turn to open doors.
Now then.
Exactly, now then.
The heck's that noise?
Jiskar workshop. It must be coming from inside here.
Oh! Get a load of that! Jiskar workshop.
Come on, we ain't got all day. Get that work done.
Yes, sir! Are those from one of the Empire's panzer soldiers? No, they seem a little different. Yeah, word about these things has gotten out in certain circles, but most people still don't know about them. Guessing you do, though. Your company's involved in the development, right? Yes, though not that much. We've only been assisting in trials. Why you guys? I haven't seen you around before. This is a restricted area, you know. I totally get why you'd want to gawk at these beauties, but they're technically not public knowledge yet. Go ahead and move along now.
Wonder if they're the guys.
I didn't know the machines like that were being made here in Calvert too. Sure, I've heard the concept behind their design is different from the soldiers over in Erebonia though. They're gonna be revealed to the public along with a name sometime soon. Sure feels like we saw something we weren't supposed to, even was just to relax. I imagine that while they're being kept a secret from the public, most major groups and organizations have already been told about them. That includes those abroad, our international allies, maybe even the Empire. I believe you're correct in your assumptions. I think that's true for all the weapons that's gonna be rolled out soon too, not just our soldier lookalikes. Either way, this looks like the biggest workshop in the Artisinal District. We have to come back another time if we get a chance. Locked. This will probably be a dungeon at some point. As a mine. Well, my sweetest Giscard landed another big project. Old Giscard heads up the Artisan's Guild. As a fellow member, I'm proud to have him as our ambassador. I'm happy to be where I am. But Giscard didn't get where he is by settling. Gotta keep moving up the world, just like him. I specialize in pressure equipment. That's a big niche nowadays. Only gonna get bigger, my gut says.
Okay.
My son got into the institute. He's studying there now. I'm really proud of him for that. Just wish we could get along a little better. He's really into the cutting edge tech, like that stuff we're researching over there. And you know, that's all well and good. But theoretical's tougher than applied, you get me? Funding is super cutthroat. He's gotta be careful or he'll just be spinning his wheels. Hello, Marco. Alright, I've picked up all the lunch orders, now to deliver them. A lot of the artisans have this habit of getting so caught up in work that they forget to eat. So the Inns decided to start up this delivery service last month. That way, they don't accidentally go hungry. It was just the right time for me actually. I was trying to find a job, and then the Inn came a-knocking. Worked out perfectly. Heidi. Catra's awfully busy these days, hasn't he? I do hope he's keeping well. I know the professor isn't around anymore, but Giscard and plenty of others are still around to help him out. But he's still feeling uneasy about things regardless.
Alrighty.
What do we have?
What have we got?
School of Hard Knocks. There's a professor I look up to as a mentor of sorts, but I just can't do this anymore. I'm trying to gather evidence to prove he's been abusing his power over others. And so I want to get verbal testimony. I don't want this to blow up, so I haven't spoken with the guild over cops. I'd like to request a careful investigation from you guys. Huh, this one's real serious sounding. Yeah, and I understand why they don't want to go to the guild or police about it. I really hope we can help them while they're here. You might learn more about what's going on in the institute while we're working on it too. It would be two birds with one stone. Makes sense. Sounds harmless to me, but what's your take? Ferry's brought up a good point. We can get some info on the institute while we work this case. Pretty vague though. They didn't give their name or the professors they're accusing. Really going out of their way to make our job difficult. Naming names in this case may result in the professor or the other parties threatening the whistleblower. I believe our client just prefers to err on the side of caution. Yeah, that tracks. Fair enough. Reset, can you handle recording our convos? Certainly. We gotta be careful who we talk to about this, though. Clients don't want word of this getting out. Let's start with people unrelated to the Institute. That way, we don't accidentally hit the North. That makes sense to me. Imagine there will be plenty of those here in the Artisinal District. Let's get started.
Time to start working.
This is the Aerotram, operated by the city of Basel.
Oh, those errands took a lot longer than I thought they would. I think I rest up a bit before I go see Dad. He works at a shop floor here in the Artisinal District. I'd say I've earned a break. This must be the Aerotram station. I can't believe it goes all the way up in the sky. That's right. This will take us to Newtown in no time. All you need to do is hold your certification card over the ticket gate. Oh, guess we're not taking this one after all. Our D-rank card isn't accepted on this Aerotram apparently. We need a C-rank card or higher. Are you sure? I could have sworn we had a C. Way to roll out the welcome mat when we're here for Elsame. Would it kill them to throw one of their biggest stakeholders a bone? I was really looking forward to it too. Well, no use crying over spilled milk. You can head on up if you want, Agnès. We'll just take the long way. No, it's alright. We'd rather stick together. I'm sure we get to ride the tram another day, Freddy. Don't let it get you down. You're right, yeah. Oh, technology, huh? We have to handle all the kinds of gizmos and doodads these days. Couldn't tell you what half of these things even do, but we make sure to treat them with care all the same. Usually we end up delivering them by hand. When you put them on a truck, they slide and they bang around. That's not good. The guild? Well, if it isn't Verne, surprised to see you taking a business trip this time of year. Hey, client came in with a big job, so we're out here taking care of that. Looked like you're moving on up in the world too. Last I saw you were a part-timer still in school. Now you're a receptionist? Yep. They hired me here fresh out of college. You another acquaintance of yours? You got friends in all sorts of places. Oh, we're just in the same field. We worked together on a job a while back. Zin was actually telling me about you the other day. He said that you should be fine contracting you for help if you need to. I heard the same from a friend of mine outside the guild. If something serious goes down, there's no shame in us working together. Oh, who? Renee or Killica, I'm guessing. I swear, I can't walk 5 arg without people dragging me into their business. I ain't a bracer, you know. Oh, speaking of which... You're... Alvis, Regina? Speak of the devils. These two bracers work in Edith, correct? Hi there, I didn't think I'd run into you guys here. Oh man, don't tell me we all got shipped out here on behalf of the same guy. Obviously not, I have no idea why you're even here. But we're here on official order from a guild, not an individual client. And wherever you guys go, trouble seems to follow. I think it's making me superstitious, not gonna lie. Hopefully that's not the case here. Man, I don't enjoy it any more than you do. Stop framing it like I'm the one at fault. I'm just doing my job and putting food on the table. Surely a C-rank bracer got better things to worry about than some spriggans, so stop letting me live rent-free in your head, yeah? Smartest, I swear that's why I can't stand you. You're just as... Forget it. Just don't get up in our business, got it? I know he's a bit abrasive with you, but I do think he respects your abilities. If you come across anything, just let us know. You're doing work for the guild anyway, so we might as well share intel. Funny way for him to show respect, but well, you do you, bracer boy. I'm not too worried about him. If we need the guild to lend a hand, we'll ask for it. For now, we got our own business to focus on.
What to do?
Word is you've been busy yourself, Verne. Keep hearing about all these jobs you're taking on. Seems like all of Calvert's running into trouble, and I can't deny that worries me. It makes these reports here all the more alarming. Guild's on alert too, huh? Don't know much about what's going on here in Basel yet, but hopefully we get to the bottom of it soon. I hope so too. We're not technically working together, but it would be best for us to cooperate on this nonetheless. Agreed. Good luck out there, Alex. of course you guys got here first. We had to stop by a bunch of small towns on our way here. But that's a trade-off with being a public servant instead of a private eye. As soon as we're all checked in, we're heading right out into the field. Don't go making more work for us. We went to Blanca not long after we arrived. Man, she's fast as ever. We'll really have to get cracking if we want to keep up with her. If you come across anything, just let us know. You're doing work for the guild anyway, might as well share intel.
Right.
We have a second floor, but no one actually here. First a fire at the plant, then the car was having trouble. I'm beat. It's only the afternoon. I really can't do this all on my own. Thank the goddess that Regina and the others are here to help. Maybe you can finally clear out that backlog I've built up. Alec was telling me all about you. You're awfully interesting folk from the sound of it. Hopefully we don't have to tackle any big cases together, but if we do, I'll have your back. Good. Then... My son got into the institute he's studying there now. I'm really proud of him for that. I just wish he could get along a little better. He's really into cutting edge tech, but he mentioned he's a member of the Artisan Guild. He might have some dealings with the institute himself. Yeah, I guess it'll be easier to get info out of him than somebody higher up the food chain.
Let me ask you something.
And you heard anything about abrasive professors? Ah, doesn't ring a bell. Sorry, my son is studying at the institute and he's never told me anything like that. That doesn't prove it one way or another, of course. I just haven't heard about it. Did he tell you about any other stuff? Anything else? Well, sometimes I do hear about people in the same lab butting heads over funding. I heard these grumblings about two professors going at it even. Seems like a pretty stressful place. And with all the greed and infighting over project, it sounds like it's got everybody at each other's throats. That makes sense. That might be what started the harassment. Do you know which professor specifically? I really can't remember, sorry. I feel like there was at least one of Professor Hamilton's students involved, but that's all I got. I see. I wonder if his professor was jealous of someone else or someone envied them instead. Well, thanks for the info, all the same.
Whoops.
I wanted to go around. Not in, so don't worry.
Now then.
Ugh, it's not easy working in product, let me tell you. Mediating between factories and artisans is stressful work. Now the artisans are saying they want to delay everything so they can do just these tiny tweaks to the product before it goes on the line. I don't get it. Why do they care so much about that extra 1%? It's good enough as is. This guy works in product procurement, huh? Don't think he's working for the institute, but he might know a thing or two about them.
Let me ask you something.
A professor is using the assistants, huh? Well, I'm not sure why you're asking me specifically about it, to be honest. I just work in Verne's procurement division. I don't attend the institute or work with him directly at all. We know, that's exactly the angle we want. Word travels, you know. I get that. I haven't really heard anything about it though, sorry. Verne and the institute are very closely linked though. That does create conflicts of interest sometimes. I may not have heard about it, but it is believable. It's very possible the two sides are stressing each other out. Could you tell us a bit more about how Verne and the institute work together? The Verne Company awards grants to the Institute of Science to research and develop new products on their behalf. That allows the Verne Company to curate them products with research from the Institute's experts. Oh wow, that's really neat! If I recall, Verne can trace its root back to the old Artisans Guild and to the Institute itself. I always figured they worked together because of that. They did, past tense. They had good relations while their senior advisor was still alas, she left Basel some time ago. Now Verne and the Institute hardly collaborate at all. It's every project for itself. Maybe that asset in charge scared her off? Thanks for the info. That helps a lot.
Station rank error.
Our card just isn't high enough. You really got work with Giscard as a part supplier? That's amazing. Oh man, I can't believe I get to be a student. Ha, yep, sure did. They had me working on the joints. They needed parts precise down to the micro reggae. Our factory is already famous for casting and leathering, but I'm still honored that they picked us for the task over the other shops. I'll say, that's so cool, just I'm kinda bummed that I'm only hearing about it now. I hope I get to work on big projects like that someday. That's my big chance gonna come around. You know, that's a good goal, but I don't think you're ready for that just yet. You have this habit of ditching your work before it's polished. You gotta look where you're walking, you know? You look too far ahead and you trip over yourself. My boss's strength is precision. He can cast metal parts even more precisely than machine metal works can. I really hope I can make stuff as good as he does someday. And man, have you heard about the project he's on? He gets to work on these awesome machines. It's so cool. Arp must have developed a lot, but at the end of the day, they still run on mechanical gears and hinges just like any other machine. That's good news for us metal workers. We're the backbone of the whole orbital industry. We have steady work for decades, I'm thinking. The more moving parts you've got in a machine, the more likely one of them will break. I've been hearing that a lot of places in town are having problems with the grid. Never had that back in my days, cause there was no grid, of course. Cause to show, the more you rely on tech, the more it can let you down. I wonder who lives here. Yeah, it's really high up.
Ooh, there they are. I'm so glad I finally found them.
Hello. Is there something you need from here? The owner of this house hasn't been home in a while, I'm afraid.
We were just walking around and happened to end up here. So you know who owns this place then?
Yeah, you could say we're acquaintances. Well, that might sound a little too cold, actually. I don't know if I could really call us family, but we are close. Just not as close as he is.
Girl's IQ points have all gone into her face and tits. Total dits with a capital D. Aaron!
You know, you guys are all just adorable. Especially you, you tiny thing. Where are you from? Do you want me to show you around?
I'm not that tiny.
Oh, silly me. I forgot I have somewhere else to be. You won't be able to meet this house's owner, but the boy looking after it in her absence should be back tonight. Goodbye now.
And that's probably Kata. She was dressed like she's a researcher at the institute or something. Wish we could have talked to her a bit more about that. Wanted to make her understand my science isn't all there is to me. I'm strong too. Late 20s, huge tits, kind of an airhead, freckles, glasses. Yeah, I did it. Are you going to start behaving like an adult, Aaron, or am I going to have to force you to? I wonder if it could be... I think that's all there is to see in the Artisinal District. We should check out Newtown next. Since we cannot use the aerotram, we'll have to either walk or drive there. Let's take a walk, it'll help us get more acquainted with the city and its people. You gotta be kidding me. Walking's a pain in the ass. Well, I for one think a store would be lovely. Me too. Let's make our way to the bridge then. Even the locals barely use it. That's because most either go by car or use the aerotram. You rode the aerotram, right? How was it? It had the best view, but was a little scary too. Didn't think there'd be a difference in ranks. Have you never used the aerotram in the past one? Nah, I got to ride it when I came here a couple years ago. Just at a regular old ticket. And what I hear, security within the city is undergone a massive overhaul. After the war, the government ordered a total reform. I don't find it surprising that they would want to be very careful with an experimental city that is very nearly a national secret. Okay, but tell me how it puts us at a lower rank than a bunch of kids here on a school trip. I don't think it's that we're high, I think it's more that we are low. Still, it's not a big deal as long as we can drive. By the way, pretty sure we'll eventually bump into your classmates. You okay on that end? I'm fine, I've explained things to them for the most part. They might happen upon some info before us, so if you see them, let's make it a point to ask. Good, but I think we do it next time, because I would end the episode here, and we look around Newtown next time. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.